Hey guys, in this clip I'm going to show you how in an area as small as 2 meters by 2 meters you can blow your legs up with some intervals. Hi guys, David for Positive Change Personal Training. If you're new to the channel, welcome, and obviously feel free to subscribe. We're about to work out in a 2 meter by 2 meter space. There'll be a progression for each exercise that you'll see as well. So why don't we just get into it?
Starting off with lateral squat jumps, so place a foot on the center cone. As you jump, you're going to kick that foot out wide to the meter marker out wide. The weight is through the middle leg, so we're pushing off with that middle leg even though we're reaching out wide. Adding a BOSU makes it even more dynamic, as you can see, having to jump higher. Same concept, kicking the foot out of the way, replacing it with the other. And then finally, a BOSU. You can see the absorption going through the ball, having to jump even higher than the box. Just be careful of your ankles and knees. Keep your weight at the back of the ball. Split jumps, starting off on the floor. Looking at that line there, you're basically keeping your weight on the front foot, reaching a foot out behind you. The idea is you get jumping up off that front leg and reaching out behind, jumping off, reaching behind. We then add a box into the same equation. We're jumping up each time, reaching out behind. The weight is still over that front leg on the box. Don't tap on the back leg. And finally, here we are on the BOSU as well. Just as before, you can see how much absorption is going into the ball. Requires a lot more balance. Be careful of your ankles and knees. Keep your feet on the back end of the BOSU. Squats with a lateral jump. As you can see, balance through both legs as we do the squat, and then there's a jump. Be balanced again through both legs. So even though we've got that lateral movement, we're trying to keep the weight even as we come down, or just having that lateral element. Mountain climbers now, starting off with the ultimate beginner's guide here. It's a jump and both feet landing. Okay. Really easy way to start. Mountain climbers with knee drives. Only one foot is in contact with the ground as we drive our knees up. As you can see, a neutral back. There's no arch there. Keep the weight over your arms still. Driving through elbows to knees, elbows to knees. Once you come down onto your elbows, there's a great core element. All the same concepts still apply. One foot on the ground, weight over your shoulders. Keep the curve in the lower back. And finally, everyone's hated or favourite, one of the two, the actual mountain climber on the ground. But again, take note of the back. We're not arching it like the Sydney Harbour Bridge. Drive through, hard work. Sit to stand, start seated so that you can line up your ankles under your knees. They don't move from there. So no tucking your feet in towards your bottom. Tall chest, slowly bringing that bottom down. Don't let it just thud on the seat. We're now going to add a jump element. Obviously that's greater force. But again, not just landing the bottom hard down on the seat, and there's not any swing from the upper body past the hips. Keep the weight in the legs. If we add dumbbells, it is going to slow the action down, but now we're asking those spinal erectors and core to work a lot harder, so it might be slower, but there's definitely a loading element to it. Bench jumps are actually easiest to learn how to do on a chair with just starting over a cone. As you can see, it's small, big, weight over the arms. Drawing the knees up towards the chest as you do it. The higher you draw those knees, the harder it's going to be. Once you got used to that action, replace a chair with a bench. You want your feet to travel over the top of the bench, causing you to drive your knees up high, putting your weight over your arms. Still small jump, big jump. It's incredibly dynamic. Expect to be worn out from this. It really is hard work.
Well, there you go guys. As you can see, high intensity interval training. Work hard enough to deserve the break in between. You could obviously do each individual exercise as a minute on, minute off, times 3 or times 4, and move on to the next one. Or you could have a list of all the exercises like I have below, work through each one, have a break between each one, see how many times you can go through it, really blow yourselves up. It's a chance to train hard in a very small space. I'm David for Positive Change Personal Training, encouraging you to be active beyond the short term.